care who it is. This is a brotherhood. And if we stand strong together, we can't be denied. If one of us goes down, we have another, and another, and another that's ready to fight. So let's hit this field and bang them, bang them, bang them. Somebody light me up.
It's time to huddle up. It's the Turf District Podcast. Welcome back to the Turf District, where we huddle up to talk all things Edmonton Elks, and the CFL stumbled over the opening line. It's a
preseason.
Right. It's a great night already. Thank you for joining us, whether you've joined us live on YouTube or Facebook or Twitch, or possibly you've downloaded the podcast, or possibly you're listening to us on Edmonton Sports Talk Radio. Any way that you have had a chance, thank you very much for tuning in. We very much appreciate it. And if you are with us live, make sure that you throw your comments and or questions into the chat. We'll try and get to some of those. Joining me, as always, is first and foremost my brother from out west, who looks rather different. A
little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
Gotta mix it up.
Hey,
people on Edmonton Sports Talk can't even tell. So that's
that's what makes it fun. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now they're getting youtube.com/Turf District
at the Turf District Pod. Exactly.
Where's the there it is, shameless plug. All right, perfect. So glad that we could get that in there early. Glad you're here, super fan. We have a game to talk about.
We sure do.
Oh, I mean, it meant nothing, but still it was a game.
It meant everything.
It meant okay.
Maybe not in the standings.
Yeah, that's fair. It's fair.
But it was I mean, it's like CFL fan Christmas when you see your team play again.
Isn't it nice? Isn't it nice? Let's bring in the other crew. There she is. Hello, Linda.
Hi there. Awesome. How are you?
Very good. Very good. Did you get to watch the game on the weekend?
I did not. I caught about 5 minutes into the third quarter with David Morley.
Okay.
It was preseason for everybody, but I was glad I learned as many as the names as I had, so I had a pretty good idea what was happening. So.
That's always good. It does make it a bit better. And let's bring in our guest for today, who was at the game, and in this, it is
My
every
mom?
year he comes in. Yeah, your mom. Well, this is going to go sideways right away. All right. There he is.
Mom!
Son.
Oh my, yes, as it should be. Welcome, Paul. I'm glad you are back and here to talk Jimmie Gaines with us, among many other things.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I did not do that any justice, by the way, so you feel free to correct me and say the name correctly at any point.
Noted.
No, okay. But not now. Anyway, that's great. I think I have, if I remember correctly. Oh, look at this.
Jimmie Gaines.
There we go.
I have it. So I can just insert it whenever I want. Okay.
Is that a
I'll
ringtone?
just sit back and it should be.
It should be a ringtone. Yeah, that would be it. Just when you call. Actually, I should put that as your text message tone. And every time you text message, it'd just be that. That'd be great. And then I'd really hope that
to divorce.
I was gonna say, I'd really hope then that Brian was around, that I could just sit by him and leave it and then just say, text me over and over again. What the hell is that? What is going on over there? All right. Well, Paul, before we get into the details, I want to know, what was it like watching the game in Langford?
Fantastic atmosphere. They announced a crowd sold out to 6,100 and change or something like that. There are a couple of empty seats, but I have no doubt that this was a full-on sellout. There weren't a lot of tickets available. Even players were kind of scrambling and asking if there were extras. And Langford Stadium, Starlight Stadium in Langford, is home of Canada's national rugby program and the West Shore Rebels of the junior football. And it was nice to see some presence of the junior team out as well for this. But the fans definitely embraced it. I would say it was probably 95% Lions fans, with a number making their way over from the mainland. But I saw Riders jerseys, as you always do. I saw Bombers. I saw Argos. I don't think I saw any Montreal, Hamilton, or Ottawa. And of course, a healthy contingent of the Double E were there as well, including a few of the players' families, some locals, and some that traveled for the game.
And yeah, as it turns out, we have quite a few people on our roster that are from around that area. So it does, it would be nice for them to have that home game, right? So to some degree, you know what I mean?
Luke Burton-Cron was really soaking it in after the game out on the field, to the point where Dan, equipment guy, was trying to tell him, the sooner I get your jersey, the sooner we get out of here, sort of thing. But
I don't want to be out of here.
Yeah. No.
Are we actually needing to go out of here? That's the next, yeah.
I did like that the announcers referred to all the people that went to UBC or came from around the area, which was kind of nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
The one critique, and I'm not sure who was doing the PA announcement, if it was the normal Lions person. I sense it was, but didn't even make a single effort on mentioning one of the Elks names. It was always, run up the middle by number 34.
Oh, wow.
Oh, interesting.
The only time he tried making the effort was when Cody Fajardo was kneeling out the game on the last series.
Excellent.
Yeah. So it kind of all made sense then, but it was one aspect where there was just a lack. It got mailed in. That's
a tribute to Brian Hall, really. Having the wrong name for the quarterback.
That's really what it is. And Paul, I know, not local from Victoria, but you were able to run into Luden's dad and talk with him a little bit. He sent me this, captured this great moment afterwards, after he had played, his first CFL game. So tell us a little bit about that.
That's awesome.
Pre-game, I'd met him and face to face or whatever, so I didn't see the name on the back. I just saw the 59 jersey. He'd kind of come up. I was attending the game with my mother as well as with Supermom, and we were just kind of standing behind the bench. Our tickets were like 8 rows up directly on the 52-yard line or so behind the bench. And Matthew's dad came up and said, is this where the Elks fans are standing? I said, yeah, absolutely. And he said, it's my son's first CFL game. And I'm thinking, okay, great. You brought your boy to the game. So about 5 minutes of conversation and all this sort of thing. And I just said, wait, is your son Matthew Luden? I said, yeah. Okay. Now everything's clicking into place. So he said he is a watcher of the podcast, and
nice.
Whether he's tuned in live tonight or we'll be catching this later, it was great to kind of catch up with him post game, and sort of serendipitous. Aaron Grimes had gotten me 4 wristbands for sort of the on-field access after the game, and Matthew, being a rookie, doesn't necessarily know all the protocols to ask for those in advance. So his dad had been shut out, but I had one of the extra ones I was able to give him, got him on the field to celebrate that moment with his son afterwards. And, it was really nice to see the two of them have that.
That's amazing.
That moment, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, especially when, like you said, first game, right? Like that's a pretty cool thing.
First game, and being the center at the time when Carter Kettle got that touchdown. And
right.
He wasn't the first guy to the end zone, but he wasn't far off of that. It might have been second or third. And Matthew's dad had mentioned there was a very similar play in I can't remember if it was high school or university ball where they had the same sort of thing. So I just love the story behind those two, and was explaining it to some of the fans around us why we were so excited about an otherwise garbage time touchdown with the game out of hand in a preseason game. And most of them embraced that. And the other explanation I had was when Jackson Brashear took an unnecessary roughness penalty, and they were saying, well, you know, who does that? And I said, Donald Brashear's son does that. Oh, yeah, no, story checks out. Yeah.
It all tracks. It all tracks. Yeah. So he's standing up for himself.
100%.
100%. Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, I love those stories. Thank you. And now, for the first time this year, we get to do this. Woohoo! Game recap. Woohoo! Exciting. We actually got a woohoo early on. That's exciting. So, you know, I know we talked about it. You know, it's just preseason, which we named it last week. But a win is a win, and I'm aware that the Lions, you know, didn't have a veteran lineup, shall we say, but our depth against their depth still had us on top when we got to the depth in our roster, and to me, that was that was a good sign for where we have come from, and a win of 34-16. So you know, that's not a bad thing. We'll take it when we can get a win like that. So, Paul, on the field, what are some of the things that stood out to you?
I think the one thing you've really heard repeated a lot through Cody Fajardo's post game and Mark Tillum's, the consistency from the ones to the twos, the threes, the fours. Everyone was able to move the ball. So starting out, given no Rankin or Leak, Isaiah Knight really came out of the gate. He showed me more than I guess I had understood he had. So really impressed me. You know, we moved the ball reasonably well on the first series, and if not for a pass breakup on the second one, which turned into a 2-and-out, you know, Cody, you know, was still kind of getting into a rhythm a little bit, and I know he wanted a third series, and I told him, just don't let him get your helmet at any point. And that way, worst case, you get called for too many men on the field if you just go in there too. But then Taylor Powell coming in and wow, you know,
wow is a good word.
Yeah. The command he seemed to have, the confidence with which he carried himself, his demeanor when he was back on the bench. I'd never seen Taylor up close. I've known him as a person for a couple of years, but to see that level of excitement and leadership and confidence and all that poise that he had on the sidelines, much more vocal leader than I had previously maybe understood. That was great. And then progressing on through the offense, Cole Snyder looked very poised, great escapability in the pocket on a few occasions, threw some really nice balls, was efficient. And then Zabrowski came in and again did not hurt his case one bit down the stretch. Some young receivers, TJ Luther had stepped up well. Carter Kettle obviously made an impact on a few plays. Ben Victor, catch of the game in my mind.
That toe tap.
I had no idea how they called that a catch from watching it live, and of course no real replays, but seeing it on the highlight reel and knowing that it never got challenged or anything like that, I presume it had to be pretty obvious. And then Joseph Cephas was the other receiver, just continually 7-11, all open.
Yeah. That's so true. So true.
Defensively, I love the pressure we were able to generate so often with four men. There were more blitzes and some exotic stuff than you'd normally expect in preseason, especially a first preseason game. You know, I think it used to be at a point where it was kind of bad form to blitz because you're wanting to both get the chance to evaluate and stuff like that. But I believe that sort of changed over the years, and it was continually getting people under fire. And again, you're right, it wasn't a veteran starting offensive line for the Lions, but definitely some show of what may to come with our depth and our schemes, and maybe how far advanced we are along that progress due to the continuity of being able to dial up some things that are more than just vanilla.
Yeah, very true. And you've mentioned this too. It might be just as important when we're talking about this to talk about the names who didn't go in green and gold, right? Carney, Brinkman, Robbie Smith, Joel DeBlanco,
Noah
Justin
Taylor.
Rankin. What's that?
Noah Taylor.
Tyrell Ford, JJ Ross, Cordell Jackson, Brandon O'Leary Orange, Vincent Blanchard. The thing to me is that most of it was D guys, and yet we were like, oh, the defense looked pretty good. So I agree with you that consistency, I think, could go a very long way. So I was happy with that. Linda, from your Dave and Morley point of view, what did you like?
Well, honestly, it just felt so good to be listening to them again and to know that there was a game on and to hear excitement in the crowd. And I won't say it didn't matter which way the ball was going. It did matter. It mattered very much. But I honestly, I don't know what I really picked up. I don't know how good their sight lines were. They were having to double back a number of times to correct what they were saying. So they might have been in a tough spot there. But I was still delighted to be listening to it anyway. They could have been reading, a comic book and I would have been happy. So
the CFL Plus feed had the Lions radio guys on, and it's funny because they kept calling them the Elk.
Yeah. Yes, they did. Yeah.
And then it kept. It was funny because they kept commenting, "Well, the wind's really coming. Oh my! Like we're gonna get blown over and stuff." So I can imagine that was probably affecting Dave and Morley as well. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like, somebody tell them there's an S at the end of that. It's not the anyway. I understand they're both correct, but still, like,
they did have a good vantage point for the game. They were directly across the field from me, and Dave was waving at times, but but they wouldn't be as high up as they were used to, and let's just say it was an approximation of a broadcast booth kind of thing.
Right.
So
right.
I heard that when it was windy. I think it was on the home broadcast. Someone was having to hold down the roof.
Yeah, right.
At the same time, but we were very sheltered on the other side. Didn't hear a lot of the wind.
Oh, nice. Okay. Mike, how about you?
Oh, lots of great stuff to see. Defense had a day for sure. Keeping outside of that opening drive touchdown, keeping the BC to just field goals. And people are going to say, yeah, well, they didn't have Nathan Rourke and they didn't. Yeah. But these are our 3s and 4s. At the end of the game, we're still doing that, which I thought was impressive. People I sort of highlighted, Justin Pace, I thought had a great game. He was just always around the ball, 3 defensive tackles and a sack. He's a guy that I'd sort of picked up on later in camp. But I thought he had a great game. Obviously, the running backs all had a great game as well. Not just Isaiah Knight, but Rushawn Baker, I thought was really outstanding today. And I mean, I love me some running backs, so that's always good.
Don't say.
And then on the kicking side, Jesus had a 76-yard kickoff, which set a record for Starlight Stadium in Langford.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Longest kickoff. He had a 68-yard average. 68 was also the longest punt Jake Julian had with a 56-yard average.
That was
nuts. My God, Becky. Look at that punt.
Yeah, that was... Oh, his kicking was unbelievable. And it was so funny because even on the broadcast, right, he'd kick it, and even the BC guys are like, whoa.
Yeah. Like, we know.
Yeah, we know. And
The setup, one end had stands behind it, and the BC kicker put it over the roof of the stands once.
Yeah.
yes.
The other end had a big net behind it. Both kickers were putting it over the net and on
Right.
the roof of the building next door. Like,
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
I think Jesus cleared the building the one time. They
Yes.
said it was just not like that. It's crazy.
There were some
such
negatives
strong
as well, right? But I'm sure we'll get to those in a bit, or are we just doing it all now?
Just do it all now.
Speaking of the kicking game, our kick cover team had a rough go.
A little.
Yeah, I mean, there were some long explosion returns.
Yeah.
Which were a little tougher. And stop me if you heard this one before. Penalties. 11 penalties for 109 yards, which when you got the entire length of a field, that's not great. But at least it's in a game where, we played so well otherwise.
do you know what the BC penalties were?
I'd
I
seen
can
it. It
tell you.
was less. Team stats. Penalties, they had 11 for 90.
Okay. It surprises me they were less. I think maybe it's just the timing. They took some at crucial times, but
Right.
yeah, we had a bust on one kickoff and one punt return, if I remember.
Both long returns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we also, I mean, now I got to look up his name again, but Joseph, who was playing on the corner.
Oh, Jaron Joseph.
Yeah, he had a tough day at the office. They'll tell you he had 5 defensive tackles, but that's because they kept throwing his way.
Right.
So that was a tougher one for sure. But let's not dwell on the negative. Let's talk about the positive.
Still more positives too. Yeah.
Right. So what I'd like to talk about is Carter Kettle getting his first touchdown in the CFL, and it was a beauty. And I like I said, we know it's vanilla defense and all those types of things, but he got himself open and took off and beat the guy. So I did record a little interview with Carter while we were at Fan Day, and so now's probably a good time to hear from Mr. Kettle.
Let's
Pull up a chair and get cozy. It is time for a turfside chat.
All right, joined now by rookie receiver Carter Kettle. Welcome to the big leagues. How's it been so far?
Yeah, it's been awesome. This has been a great experience. From the combine to draft day to training camp. I've been really enjoying it myself. So I'm happy to be home for sure.
I was going to say, you don't have to go far because obviously coming from the Bears and now to the big team, is it a massive change? Obviously, it's a massive change in playing, but nice to feel like the home side of it.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate. There's a lot of guys that are Bears alum there, whether it's people in the building in ticketing and sales, or in the community side of things, or in the coaching staff, or on the team. So there's a lot of guys and a lot of familiar faces that I know. I've also been fortunate enough to be able to get to know some of the guys over the years, kind of being around the team, training with some of the guys, stuff like that. So yeah, it was. If there was a team that it was going to be a seamless transition, this is the closest thing to it for sure.
Tell us a little bit about draft day. What's that like when your name or you get that call? How does that go?
Yeah, it was awesome. I'm from Grand Prairie originally, so being able to go back up there and spend some time with my family and stuff. I had my childhood best friend and quarterback actually over the years. He was there as well with his family. So yeah, it was something that I'll never forget for sure. And then everybody secretly was hoping that it was Edmonton. So when I answered the phone, and I knew it was Edmonton because of the pick that was on the clock, and then when I hung up the phone, everybody's like, "Who was it?" And so when I got to say Edmonton, everybody was pretty excited. A lot of tears for sure. So.
Oh, fantastic. Now, watching you this first week, you've caught everything that comes your way. What's it like getting some of that timing and rhythm down with some of these quarterbacks, but obviously an early excellent connection?
Yeah, no, it's definitely something that has to be developed. It doesn't happen overnight. So, like I said, being able to throw with some of the guys already and just continuing to build trust with them and their trust in me is important, as well as just the timing of the offense is very meticulous. It's a big step from university to the CFL. So making that as seamless as possible. But yeah, the timing of the offense definitely helps with that. So just trying to make as many plays as I can when the ball comes my way.
And you've been doing that, which is outstanding. What do you think of this? You're out at your first fan day. You've got all the people cheering. You're doing the autographs. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, these are especially growing up around Edmonton. These are the things that I remember as a young kid. That when I thought that this was just a dream, not a reality. So it's cool, and it's something I very look forward to, is being able to give back. I think that being a local guy, I have a bit of a different opportunity than a lot of the other guys here, and being able to reach with the community and reach with the younger population of kids and football players around. So it's something that I wear with great pride, but I also am looking forward to be able to kind of step into.
Awesome. And now tell us about the difference in coaching. You now under Max Simic. Obviously, you've been with the Bears for the 4 years. What's that feeling like?
Yeah, no, I had some phenomenal offensive coordinators and head coaches and position coaches at the Bears that I'm very fortunate of, and I owe a lot to. But it's a different ball game for sure. There's a lot. I think the biggest thing is the amount of stuff that you just have to know, right? I always consider myself a pretty smart football player, and that I picked up on the playbook pretty quick and was good in that sense. But this has definitely been testing that theory. So yeah, I've been trying to take it all in and ask as many questions as I can. And it's my shelf life. The clock is ticking right now. So I'm just trying to take it all in and learn as much as I can.
Fantastic. All right, what do you like to do when you're not doing football?
Yeah, there's a few things. I'm a big hockey fan. I'm a big Oilers fan, so I watch a lot of Oilers hockey. I love golfing, so that's a big thing. I golf with my dad and my buddies a lot, and I play the guitar as well. So yeah, that's a good thing to kill time. So.
Oh, that's fantastic. Excellent. Well, we're super excited to have you here. Glad that you got to stay home, and look forward to all you're going to do as the season gets underway.
Thank you so much. It was awesome talking to you.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Awesome. Yeah, Carter was he's a good dude to talk to too. So
super Canadian
and super. And congratulations on your first professional touchdown. I'm excited to see many more of them from you over the next while. All right, we have reached the fun part of fun part of training camp, where we get to figure out who is this year's Jimmie Gaines Award winner. Now, Mike, we have had a few over the years. Last year, of course, Zach Mathis. What are some of the others that we've had? Because I know you had a list. I don't remember where the list is, but
Juan Bowers was one. Money Hunter was one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think who else we had that was earlier on. We had Shannon Brooks was a couple of years ago.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Taekwondo Glass.
Yes, there you go. Yeah, now we're look, we're digging out some names now.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. All right, so we've got a few nominees. I've talked to both Mike and Paul about some nominees for our Jimmie Gaines Award. So here are the nominees, and then we can we'll go around Mike, Linda, and then Paul. You get the final say on who gets the wonderful thumbs up trophy this year. So we are going to start with linebacker Jaden Pearson, who definitely stood out to us early on. Running back Rushawn Baker, as you said, Mike, definitely stood out in that game. Wide receiver Carter Kettle. Shocking he made this list after all the things we just said. Defensive back Travian Blaylock. Wide receiver Joshua Cephas. Is it Cephas or Cephas? Do we know?
Well, they said Cephas in the game, so I'm assuming it's Cephas.
All right. Probably. Totally fair. Yeah. Okay. And linebacker Justin Pace, as you said there, Mike. Although, do we just call him C? Because it really should be
just in case.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Break glass.
All right. So, Mike, who gets your vote this year?
I mean, I'm sure everyone expects me to be picking the running back in this case. But even during camp and in this game, I'm going to go with the local boy in Carter Kettle. I thought he just, every time we saw him running a route and getting balls thrown his way, he was just always coming down with it. He almost came down with that first pass to him, broken up in double coverage. But the one he did catch, was pretty miraculous. And it's just a feel-good story seeing a local boy doing good.
Absolutely. Linda, out of all of the names?
Or pick a new one.
Well, it was Blaylock who came in a day or two late, right?
That's right.
And he didn't look like he was late. Like he came in and was good right out of the gate. I've really enjoyed watching Cephas as well, but I'm kind of Carter kettling myself.
Kind of Carter kettling? Yeah. Okay.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't? That's right. I agree with all of that. And I know Jaden Pearson, Paul, you and I talked a lot about him at the beginning of the week of camp, and that he was the number we kept having to look up. And so that was a big one. And Justin Pace, I would say that over this last little bit that I got to see, I realized I was really paying attention more to him. I saw a lot more knockdown. The knockdown he had in this game was unbelievable. So I do want to give some credit there. I am actually really torn because I thought that Cephas had a great camp. I thought he was Cephas. Okay. So thank you, Leanne. I thought he had a great camp. I thought that he built, like, I think he started with the 3s and then was with the 2s, and obviously in this game was, had a big role. And Carter Kettle, like I said, he's catching everything that's coming his way, so it's pretty hard not to have him on the list. I'd go with either one though. I can't pick a single. So Paul, you get to tell us all about all of your thoughts on these guys, and then let's pick our winner.
One of the biggest compliments I can give for Justin Pace is I only found out today he's Canadian. He was a 4th-round draft pick this year. I hadn't associated the name or whatever, so when I was seeing him come on through camp, and he does meet a lot of the criteria, constantly having to look up who's 49.
Yeah.
I thought he was an American linebacker contender. Jaden Pearson from day one was on my radar. He was the prototypical Jimmie Gaines, where that import linebacker, always making plays, seemed to be rising the depth chart, was playing with the 2s with Mogensen. But I'm going to take it back to the roots of this award, which was basically annoying the piss out of Brian Edwards. Which, in fairness, is a shared passion that the 4 of us have. Some of us as much after his passing, by still sinning against the list of rules that he had for us.
Always like that guy.
Always.
And I'm going to go with Joshua Cephas.
All right.
He was the name that I consistently came back to. He was making plays. He was rising up the depth chart. He impressed, and he wasn't someone that I knew coming into it. This is not a predictor of, is the guy going to make the team or we're going to be an all-star, as our past list of honorees basically is proof of. But just that guy who stood out, who turned heads, who annoyed Brian with my constant chirping about him. And that is the history and the basis of the Jimmie Gaines Award.
There we go. Fantastic. Awesome. Excellent pick. And I mean, if anything else, we probably just cursed him. But I mean, Mathis is back. Mathis is back playing. So, I mean, hey, it's good. Yeah. But
I did find a list of every Jimmie Gaines winner. We did most of them. Well done.
Oh, did we? Oh, look at us go. Hey, wow, neat.
We missed DeQuaylen Thomas.
Oh, yes.
2022's winner.
Yes.
And 2024 was Leon O'Neal Jr.
Oh, right. Yes. Who probably still would have been on the team if he didn't make such a schmuck play at the one time. Yeah, so
Yeah.
there we go. Needless to say, okay, so Joshua Cephas, congratulations. You are our Jimmie Gaines Award winner for this year. It's very exciting, we will I'll try and catch up with him and drop off his award before too long, which, you know, I'm sure that he's super excited about. That's right. Yeah. He can go right over to Zach and be like, look, twinsies.
His first of many.
First of many. That's right.
Awards. Yeah.
Love it. Yeah. First of many thumb awards. Interesting.
Just awards.
Okay. Okay. I like that. Superfan, you ready for some Horde and Tell action?
Absolutely.
Oh, I knew you would be. All right, here we go.
It's time for Horde and Tell.
All right. So, as everybody knows, we have our own preseason game coming up, and this is 48 years after the last time we had a game at Clark Stadium. So I thought I'd pull a few things, collections from Clark Stadium, from the Clark Stadium era, and kind of go through some of those. So,
Mike, I think your mic is on your one on your headset, because you're kind of fading in and out.
Not this one?
Oh, there we go. That's better. That's lovely.
Weird.
Okay. Weird. Thank you. Sorry. Okay, carry on.
Yeah. Anyway, it's working now. So we're going to talk about the game, Clark Stadium. So there are still tickets, and much like in 1977, you can get your tickets. Renew now.
Wow.
This was the last one sent out to season ticket holders when the Clark Stadium years had a little important notice on there, so you could start picking your Commonwealth Stadium seats for the following year.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you can see in there all the different sections. Yeah, it's been very similar to the build to the old stadium, but yeah, we'll be sitting right around here somewhere. So that'll be great.
The wording on the back, enclosed herewith.
Yes, as it should. The last team to play a full season at Clark Stadium was the 1977 team. There is that team.
Wow.
You can see our own Dwayne Mandrusiak there over on the side, along with trainer Jim Adams, and then his mentor on the other side, Tom Pond.
Wow. I thought it was the kid on the other side at start.
Yeah.
And then we realized, oh no, it was the other.
Tall.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Way too tall.
Way too tall.
I think I have shown this before, but there is a ticket. That's the last ticket stub I have left from my own collection where we sat, and that is the last game at Clark Stadium on August 23rd, 1978. So it's great to be able to bookend those ones again. Tons of things from Clark. I could probably do like an entire 5 podcasts of Horde and Tell. This is the return of the knothole. Here is a patch from the very first knothole gang patches. This is the 1951 patch. 52 patch. 51 just had the Booster Club, but the first one that said knothole gang on it. Very tough one to find. And then they went all the way into the 70s with that one. So when I was a kid, that was what I had on my coat.
Cool. And that was when they just let you guys free, like Lord of the Flies in the
pretty much, yeah,
and hope for the best. Yeah.
And then we would, catch those Dave Cutler converts and field goals and put them down, and Dwayne Mandrusiak would come along underneath the stands and steal them. So they had limited amounts of bags. A lot of people probably have seen this book, The Decade of Excellence. This is a special edition version. It was the ones that you could get from Farley Travel. Of course, John Farlinger was a longtime member of the team. This is a great book because it does have some great photos. Here's a photo of Clark.
Nice.
This is full of great pictures. If you haven't seen it already, you should definitely pick it up. Here's another one from the Clark days.
Oh, man. That's a good one.
And then this one, I think Linda will find this especially memorable.
Oh, yes.
From 1977.
Just give her a minute.
Yeah.
All right,
then,
now it's time for first down your beer. No, I'm kidding.
Lastly, kind of go through a few things. So the very final game again on the August 23rd, you could buy this lovely souvenir program full of some great things, articles, lots of black and white photos.
Nice.
talking about the very beginning of Clark Stadium all the way to the end, as well as some great color shots and everything else. You can usually find these on eBay or Facebook Marketplace. They're not very expensive. 15, 20 bucks kind of thing. You can usually pick one of these up because they made tons of them. But it started making me think, let's go back a little earlier. And this would be the program from the very first game at Clark.
Wow.
September 5th, 1949. Almost kind of looks like Peter Lougheed, doesn't it, on the front?
Totally. Yeah.
And I know there's going to be some sticklers saying that's not the first game at Clark. That's the first game after they got back. So I thought I'd bring this one. This is the very first game in 1938 at Clark Stadium.
Beautiful.
Why does that guy in the middle look like Mr. Bean?
Might be.
He's kind of, it looks
He's
like
got
he's
that look.
screaming, like, please don't hurt me as he's
Yeah.
running.
Played the Calgary Bronx.
Oh, look at that. Hey.
Yeah. Yeah. Find these. That's a fine looking fella.
Hey?
So
That's amazing.
Yeah, a little bit of a trip down memory lane from Clark Stadium. So hope everyone's going to be coming. Buy those tickets if you haven't already. They're almost out. And someone actually put in the chat, which will be useful. John Kirby said, I checked with the team store and there will be retro merchandise available at, I'm guessing, Clark Stadium on Friday. 4 different styles of t-shirts, a hoodie, a crew neck, and a quarter zip.
Wow. Ooh, okay. Well, we know that we know who's picking up the crew neck. That would be one Kayla.
Yes.
But that retro stuff. Yay.
Also,
Can't
bell
wait.
bottoms and dungarees.
Can't wait.
Excellent. Do the
But
bell
you have
bottoms?
to do the fly all the way up, not just quarter zip.
You do it your way, I'll do it mine.
Nice. Or not nice, but funny. We can say that. All right. Well, as Mike referred to, we have a game this week, and it is at Clark Park on Friday night at 7:00. We're going to get into that in just one moment, but first, Mike, the tailgate menu has been solidified. Are you ready to spoil it out for everybody to know what is going on?
Absolutely.
All right, so we're gonna start. We'll leave the preseason until we start talking about the preseason game.
Fair.
So let's start with game 1 of the regular season, or I guess game 1 of the regular season. Go ahead and what do we have planned this year?
Absolutely. Of course, we got Montreal coming in. We're going to have breakfast sandwiches. There might be a special kind. We shall see. At very least, though, it is an early game tailgate starting at 11 o'clock. So we thought breakfast sandwiches is a nice way to get your food going, get your food on, and go cheer on the Elks.
Beautiful.
Next game on July 9th against those pesky Red Blacks. It's a tradition that every time Red Blacks are in town, we have a brisket poutine. We'll be smoking the brisket in advance, bringing it down. We've got some fries, some poutine gravy. That one starts at 5 o'clock on July 9th for the 7 o'clock start. Because it is a weekday game, we're starting a little later. We might get there a little early, but 5 o'clock for sure will be open.
Absolutely.
Next up on July 17th versus BC, we're doing smash burgers. Always incredibly popular. Whenever we have them, we do sell out every single time. If you've never had a smash burger, it's a perfect time to come down and try one out. Nice and crispy on the edges, but still juicy on the inside. Cheese on there, all the fixins, and a great way to fill your belly before the game.
Yeah, well, I mean, nothing better than a smash burger before you
Right.
smash some lions, right?
Exactly.
Correct.
On August 1st, this became a popular one when Saskatchewan came to town, were the tailgate pierogies. These are pierogies in a cream sauce, almost like a hollandaise kind of flavor with bacon and kubasau in pierogies served hot. Again, ones that sell out. We usually bring about 4 crock pots full of them, and they are sold out long before the game. So if you want that, get early. The game's at 5 o'clock. Tailgate starts at 2 o'clock for that one. So 3 hours before. Definitely come on down, get a bowl full, and enjoy the game.
Get your pierogi on. Sweet.
Yep. Another early game, we're having a breakfast cereal extravaganza. Sadly, I won't be at this game. We'll be traveling, but I'll be watching it remote. But Andrew will be holding the fort down, and I'm sure we'll get some help from everybody else. Different kinds of cereal. It just seems like a great way to start. This one starts at 10 o'clock in the morning on August 15th for the 1 o'clock game start. So breakfast seemed like a really good way. I mean, it's part of this complete nutritious breakfast.
That's right. We're going to have sugar cereal. We're going to have regular cereal. We're going to have all different kinds of milk. It's going to be great.
As long as there's no all brand, we're good.
No, because we'd like to watch the game. So we're going to stick with no all brand on this one.
I predict
right.
Andrew's sugar crash at halftime.
That's also a good prediction.
That happens every time. On Friday, August 21st, we have Memphis barbecue spaghetti. We introduced this one last year. It was a huge hit. People that have not had it, we do not throw spaghetti on the barbecue. That we actually boil up the spaghetti there, and then we serve it with a sauce that is half tomato sauce, half barbecue sauce, and it's topped with pulled pork. This is a real delicacy in the South, especially in Memphis. And like I said, it sold out again last year. This one starts at 5:30 for a 7:30 start because it's Friday. So only a couple hours to get your spaghetti in, and give it a try.
Oh, so good. I was so impressed at how good it tasted last year. So I'm excited for this.
And of course, it just wouldn't be the Labor Day rematch without tacos in a bag. I'm pretty sure I would be divorced if we didn't have this on the September 12th game, not to mention all the Calgary fans that come up. The lot of Calgary fans do show up, so we need lots of green and gold fans to come to this one. This is another 5 o'clock start, so tailgate starts at 2 o'clock. So come on down, get a taco in a bag, talk some football, and boo those Stamps.
Correct.
On September 26th against the Tiger Cats, we have the Chili Cook-Off. So this is, I think, the 4th year of the Chili Cook-Off. Yes. We haven't won yet, so come down and vote for us.
Like, just end there. Come down and vote for us. The end. Yeah,
exactly. We did a chili last year that had a chocolate porter that was recommended by our very own Linda, and it was delicious. So I think the problem is we didn't serve enough of the chocolate porter with it. Maybe that the judges maybe got a little bit of pickled, and it would have been, better for us. This is a 5 o'clock game start, so tailgate starts at 2 o'clock. Lots of time to wander around. It still should be pretty good weather at that point, but you know what? A little bit of chili will warm me up, even if it isn't.
Beautiful.
And lastly, our October 16th. That's the last regular season home game. Hint, hint.
Yes.
So we're having the grilled cheese and tomato soup. Again, always very popular, especially on those cold days. October 16th tends to be a little chillier. So come down at 5:30 on the 16th, grab a bowl of tomato soup and some grilled cheese fingers to dip into it. And, it's comfort food. And what's more comforting than a win?
That's right. Yeah, exactly. That's what we need. I love it all. This is an amazing setup, Mike. Well, thank you once again for getting it all together. And we'll be able to, when we'll get to plan for the playoff game, and then we'll make sure that we have a
something very special for that one. We've never done a playoff tailgate.
I know, right? Oh, it's going to be fun. Now this week, we have a tailgate on Friday that'll be starting around 5 o'clock. And what we'll be having at this one there, super fan?
Well, it's a throwback game, so we want to have some throwback food. So we're going to have hot dogs and popcorn for the kids and of all ages, whether you're, a couple years old or 102, anywhere there in between. Come down, grab a hot dog, have some popcorn, and again, boo those Stamps, right? Like you said, this tailgate does start at 5 o'clock because it's a Friday game. Game starts at 7. You're going to want to be in there early because of all the great things the team is planning for this game. Lots of retro stuff. Maybe we'll have the TV up so we can watch maybe an old game from Clark Stadium.
Yeah, we're good. I'm going to see if I have the time to back that up, but that is my plan. I also have to pack it into a completely different car because my car is right now no longer. So we'll see how this goes. Oh yeah, Paul didn't hear this. Oh yeah, my car died yesterday. So while I was in Lloydminster, so I'm driving something different. So it'll be fun.
You won't be driving a red car to the tailgate against Calgary.
I wouldn't anyway, but yes, it's. I guess in your opinion, I would not be. Yes. Nice. All right, Linda. Being that we're talking about tailgate and all this fun, are you ready for some? Tell us about some beers. Beautiful. I'm going to put you up here and let's have it.
First down. This beer.
There you go, Paul. Just for you.
Never not funny.
Never not funny. That's right.
All right. Well, I have some history too, but in honor of Retro Night at Clark Park, I am going seriously retro in the beer department.
Nice.
So I was weaned on Labatt's Blue. That was Dad's beer. But my quest to find Labatt's Blue for this came up short. They either don't carry it at all, or I could have a 15 pack. And I'm not prepared to suffer for my art that much. So then what was my next level of retro? Well, back in the early drinking days, I was a fan of Carling O'Keefe's Extra Old Stock.
High test.
EOS, the 7.1 ABV high test. Great
I'll
big
get you there.
taste for winners like me. So here I am, circa, I don't know, 79, 80, rocking my perm, an EOS hat, an EOS shirt, and an EOS stubby.
You knew your branding.
I know, like, I was rocking it. So
You were.
the fact that actually I have no idea whose living room that is one thing, but the fact that I'm sitting on the floor and not in a chair tells me I was playing caps. So
Nice.
that seems like
So,
there's probably 1,000 of those out there.
So on Friday, you're just gonna recreate that outfit for the football game,
please
correct?
do.
Well, let's see, here's the next fail, because years ago, O'Keefe's was bought by Molson Coors. They dropped the ABV level immediately, and in 2003 rebranded it to Carling Black Label Extra Old Stock. And I tapped out long before that. So then what was my next level of retro? Well, obviously, Molson Canadian
There we go.
and Old Style Pilsner.
There we go with a couple bunnies.
In Jeasley Big Cans. Now, Andrew, resist the temptation to call this episode Jeasley Big Cans. Just want to get that out there right now.
I don't have to resist, do I?
Nope. Do you ever?
Andrew's the one that's always trying to rename. So the Molson Brewery is the second oldest company in Canada, founded in 1786. And that Molson empire brought us not only beer, but Canada's first steam-powered ships, the Montreal General Hospital, the Bank of Montreal, and the Champlain and St. Lawrence Railroad. So they're responsible for a lot of development out east that got things out west. So Canadian is their flagship lager, and it was introduced in 1959, so before my time. Back in 1903, they were making Molson Export, which was the Eastern beer. And in the 50s, when my folks were stationed out in Quebec in the Air Force, Molson X was my dad's beer. But when they got transferred to Calgary, and back to Edmonton or back to Alberta, that was not available out here. And I think that's how Labatt's Blue took its place in the family fridge. So anyway, Molson Canadian, 5% ABV North American lager, brewed with Canadian water, prairie barley, select BC hops, no preservatives, clean, crisp, fresh, subtle hop notes. It's kind of a malt biscuit, and they say lively fruit aromas, but it's not that lively. It is really well balanced for a North American lager. It's very true to style. Now, lagers aren't my go-to beer anymore, but honestly, this Molson Canadian was still pulling in international brewing medals well into the 2000s, and it's been a 6-time gold medal winner in world lagers. So that's okay. You know, I don't want it. I don't want it, but if you like lager, why not this one? So they're saying Pairs well with Canadian white cheddar, fish and chips, salmon, vegetables, white meats fresh off the barbecue, appies, and of
Hot dogs.
course, hot dogs and popcorn.
Right?
Of
Why
course.
not? So if you haven't had Canadian for a while, you can do that. And now, old style Pilsner. God, these are big. Oh my God.
You are suffering for your art.
Not as much as a 15-pack of blue, though.
Right.
So now I've mentioned it before, but old style Pilsner or Pill was first brewed in 1926 by Fritz Six at the Six Brewery in Lethbridge, Alberta.
Oh,
So it's a 5% ABV pale lager, now also brewed by Molson Coors. You're going to see they're both super pale.
yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. It's known for its iconic label, of course, and the Pilsner Bunny. Medium, they're saying medium yellow. It's more straw to me. And you might get a little bit of green apple, which in other beers is a fault, but not necessarily in one of these. No, it's true. So it's got this cereal grain, very light hop note, light body, crisp, should have a clean finish, persistent white head. That's good.
Title of the podcast?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Don't joke.
This pairs with shrimp on garlic flatbread, back to the aged white cheddar, and of course, hot dogs and popcorn.
Doesn't it?
Of course.
It also pairs with watching your dog run away.
So we don't know how this 100-year-old Alberta beer came to be affiliated or associated with the other green team, but it's probably something as simple as the color of the green on the packaging.
Probably true.
We don't need to get too deep on that one. And for what it's worth, pillcountry.com actually has a game you can play on your computer, or your phone, where you can collect rabbits and kegs and avoid wagons, rocks, and bales.
That is Saskatchewan.
Challenge accepted. So trivia bonus. In my youth, it was worth it to drink one old style Pilsner just to collect the cap, because Pilsner caps back then were slightly heavier than any other bottle cap, and I felt it gave me an advantage in playing caps. So I have this one still from high school. I always went to a party with a pill cap in my pocket. And then I have this really old one, old logo, and it's completely rusted inside. And I'm going to say that was probably my brother's. I probably learned it from them. So, yeah, who said my family didn't have wealth? I got two freaking beer caps, man. So,
And athletic prowess.
And yeah, so does that qualify as hoard and tell? Yeah,
Definitely.
Definitely.
So anyway, let's rock it retro on Friday night at the Knot Hole and get the W for the home crowd.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much. That was awesome. And of course, pairs with hot dogs and popcorn. Yes.
Yeah. And we'll be taking all comers in caps.
That's if I had any idea how to do
I'm no
that,
sucker.
yeah, you're no.
No.
Just bring your last paycheck. You'll be fine. She'll teach you.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Excellent.
Black
Going
Label's
really
my dad's
well.
beer too.
Pill was your dad's beer?
Black Label.
Oh, Black Label. Oh, okay. I'm gonna say Canadian or Club. I remember having a lot of Club beer around.
That was the cheapest beer. Yeah.
Yeah,
Remember
especially
that
the
commercial?
stubby clubs
Yeah.
all the time. Yeah, I remember.
As they're
those.
pouring and it's going club, 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 club.
Club. Yeah. Oh my! And anybody who is under the age of 30 just left the podcast. That's okay. It's fine. It's
They're
fine.
like commercials for alcohol.
Yeah, they used to be able to do that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with our night at the Knot Hole, I do want to go to a different interview that we had with Justin Rankin, because I asked him about it and what that experience would be like. Let's catch up with our favorite running back, shall we? All right, joined by the running back from the University of You Ain't Seen Anything Like It.
I promise you.
Justin Rankin, how is another year of training camp so far?
Yeah, it's going well so far. We got some new pieces, new additions, new great additions, and feels good to be able to get out there and kind of like, build the bonds and build the trust and, just coming together as a team.
We were just talking to Jordan Murray, and it's kind of a mostly new, not all new, but mostly new offensive line in front of you. Do you have to work on building some of those relationships as you're kind of getting into year two?
Yeah, I mean, most definitely, right? And that's something that'll come with just, reps and playing over time. But, at the end of the day, there is just the scheme. And, as long as I trust the scheme, it's their job to do their job and, my job to do mine. So that's the biggest thing. But, obviously it does have its, like, little nuances of, like, this guy likes to block this way or, he's a little stronger at this type of block than him. So, but that's all just over time and, learning how they like to do stuff and watching film on them.
Absolutely. So a lot of consistency this year. You get same kind of coaching, same guys on the field. That really helped with kind of building the confidence as you go into the new year.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, anytime you don't have a lot of turnover, I mean, you look at all the best teams, like they don't have a lot of turnover, right? Bringing the same guys in, bringing the same leaders in that are upholding the standard, holding guys accountable. And I mean, that's what, we're trying to do here. That's what Ed and Killam are preaching. So, we're just buying into it and following that.
Fantastic. How was the off season? What kind of fun stuff do you get into?
Phenomenal. I ain't do nothing fun though. Like, I got kids running around, so we just take care of them all the time. But I mean, we went to a couple science museum. A whole bunch of parks. Go to a park almost every day if we can. If it's not like rain and stuff. But I was just working, training, and taking care of the kids. Yeah,
not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. Your third fan day now.
Yeah.
Tell us what fan day means to you and what that feeling is like.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. Like, I mean, it feels amazing to see, like, first that there's this many people that, care enough to show up, right? And even with, like, obviously the narrative that, the teams had the past couple of years, there's still this many people, showing up. It feels good. It's amazing. And, how excited everyone is and how they talk about the games. And, I mean, shoot, there was people telling me about plays. I'm like, I don't even remember this play. Like, how do you remember that play? Tell me about the play in week 8 of the season. I'm like, this is crazy, So it's awesome, man. It's awesome to see how much they actually love the team and, love the organization.
Fantastic. Now, you got a preseason game this week.
Yeah.
How do you feel, like, how do you prep yourself when you're going into the preseason game? Is it the same as regular game and just see how it goes?
Heck yeah. I mean, definitely just the same, like, right? Like, I'm huge on just keeping everything the same, regardless of who it is, regardless of what team, what preseason, it don't matter. Like, if I'm about to go out there and play a game, like, I'm going to treat it like a real game, So, I mean, I'm excited. I want to play again. I want to hit somebody. I don't want to thud up no more. I want to get tackled, run somebody over. I want to do all that.
The things you do best.
Yeah.
How many people are we dragging this week? Yeah, that's
exactly. How many can we drag to the end zone? That's the goal.
So now that you've been in Edmonton a few years, you got your spots you like to go to?
Shoot, Earl's. I like Earl's. Earl's is a nice little spot. I like Cactus. They got the little Szechuan lettuce wraps. Those are fire. Those are so fire. But there's a new bowling alley that just opened up, like, close to my house. I gotta go check that out. I wanna go check that out and see see how that is. So we'll see. Maybe that might be my new little spot though.
New little spot. Okay, fantastic, excellent. So as you get into yet another year, people start to know now what Justin Rankin brings to the game. How do you adapt for that to be like, oh yeah, you haven't seen this yet?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, they had to, when off of my rookie year, they said the same thing. And people are going to know about me. They're going to be able to game plan about me, this and that. And it's one thing to game plan. Like, it's another thing to actually go out there and, like, execute. So, I mean, it doesn't bother me, right? Like, you can know all the tricks, but, again, you still have to stop the tricks. So, and, again, it's not just me either. Like, there's we got new tricks. We got new tricks in the field that you got to worry about too, right? So I'm excited to see some of them new tricks go live and and kind of, work their magic. So, heck yeah.
Now, last one, you know that you've been doing all of the training camp at Clark this year, and now you get to play a game there. Going to be rather intimate with the fans being like kind of right on top of it. What does that feel like for you?
Shoot, I played arena football, baby, where we was this close to the fans. So it's funny because they got kind of like a wall out there on the one side of the bleachers, and when I first went out there, it was like, man, this made me feel like I'm playing arena football again. So I mean, I love it. That was one of my favorite things about arena was being able to interact with the fans in the game, hear what they're saying, talk to them. I can joke with them just like this in the middle of a game. So it'd be pretty exciting to be able to see them a lot up closer and being able to hear some of the stuff we're talking about and kind of maybe even interact with them a little more.
Fantastic. Well, as always, we are super excited to see you back out on the field and dragging people down the field to get those celebrations. You better do the appropriate ending here and let them know what's your university again?
You ain't never seen nothing like it. Crazy.
Beautiful. Thanks, Justin.
Come on. I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
All right. Well, that's Justin Rankin, and
I do not love that guy.
I know. I love chatting with him. He's so fun, and I love how jacked up he was about this game at Clark. But, it's going to be close and intimate, and so if you're sitting on the fence, grab those tickets, get in there, and have some fun. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a blast. Now, it will also be on CFL Plus if you aren't able to make it.
Yep.
Our second preseason game, our home preseason game. What do we look for in this game, and which player do you have your eye on? Paul, let's start with you.
One guy I forgot to sort of shout out from the first preseason game, and again, he has really surprised me through camp, and I want to see if he can continue that in the final one, is Jordan Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Another guy, I made the mistake of thinking he was a little bit more journeyman. He had stints in Hamilton, Toronto, I think, and stuff like that. He kind of came to us mid-season as an injury replacement and filled in admirably, but he is a problem out there for offensive lines. And he was really disruptive in the first couple of series with BC. Opening things up. So to see him with the starting contingent around him, I'm going to be watching on that defensive line, that front seven, and just seeing how much havoc they can create, both against an experienced guy like Vernon Adams with that as capability, but also, just terrorizing some of the younger guys in behind them, and just keep it up, set the tone, and let's get people talking about this Edmonton defense going into the season.
Oh, I love it. What about you, Linda?
Well, I always say the line, but with all of the injuries that, during game time, I didn't realize was happening, but sort of seeing that list, I mean, we had been game planning for all these, and you'll fill in here and you'll fill in here. We had all these things, and now that's kind of out the window. So I want to see how they adjust for some of those spots that where a guy went down last week. So I'm going to be watching that.
That's totally fair. Absolutely. Mike, what about you?
Like so many, I mean, these preseason games are sort of to see who's going to make the team, who's going to get cut. So I'm really paying attention to those 2s, 3s, and 4s that are going to be coming into the game and getting as much reps as they can, and who's going to really stand out. The kind of coaches are going to have a hard time cutting some of these guys because there's a lot of talent, and we saw it last week in the preseason game. Like, how do you cut some of these running backs that are all performing excellent? They can't stick them all on the practice roster. How are you going to be cutting some of these defensive backs and linebackers and everything else? So really paying attention when those guys come in to see who's going to separate. As Linda said, we had some injuries. Sangma, Barlow, Boyko all went down in the game. Who's replacing them? Who's going to step up and take those spots now that they're available.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. And I know we talked about, there's the injuries there, and yet Noah Curtis got to have a full practice today or yesterday, I think, for the first time. So that's exciting that he might be close to returning. It sounded like Julian Grant might be back to start practicing as well. So that's good to see as well. So yeah, there's lots of good challenges, and these are good problems to have. It doesn't make it easy, but these are good problems to have. Paul, you were talking earlier about the linebackers and kind of who's going to fit in where, and I think it's going to be interesting to see that kind of starting linebacking crew and what they bring now that, because all three of them did have chances to play together last year, and if they do start the whole secondary, again, this is another year where they've already been together and they kind of already know what they're going to do. So I think this is a really good test to see what it's like against a talented quarterback like Vernon Adams. So and again, I think that the intimacy of the game, the energy is really going to help, and I kind of want them to just feel like, okay, we're just getting this train rolling. And so we saw Austin Mack last week have a good game. Does he get a little more time? And then who are the guys that we saw last week, but now this week they get 5 minutes in the fourth quarter? It kind of tells us kind of where this is going to land. So even the depth chart on Thursday is going to be very interesting to see. But I'm curious to let those starters run and see what happens with live bullets.
Just the comment with the depth chart, going into camp, there had been some speculation that Brock Mogensen was the starter. I think Nick Anderson has been very clear voiced as to who the starter is at the middle linebacker position. DeBlanco at will has taken yet another step forward coming off of last year. His leadership and that sort of thing is just so evident within the team. He's really comfortable here. Those Edmonton roots have really instilled pride in there, and now having a family, it's that much more special, of sort of a legacy sort of thing for Joel. So it's great to see him now performing for Levi too. So
yeah, that's fantastic. So lots of exciting things. Make sure that you join us for the tailgate on Friday, and then of course for the game. We are going to we'll pop over to overtime here in a moment, just so that we can take a few questions. But in the meantime, we're gonna wrap up for this particular show. Paul, thank you very much for coming on, and of course, indulging us every year and picking the Jimmie Gaines Award winner. We really appreciate it. And I always love talking football with you. So thanks, man. Appreciate it. Are you on anywhere online? Dare I ask, as I have said before?
My wife does not want me to answer that question anymore.
Okay. I'm only here so I don't get fined. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Linda, where does everybody find you?
On Instagram at TrueBrew42.
Perfect. Super fan.
You can find me on most socials at 56 Parkies, and then the Edmonton Football History account is EDMHISTOREE.
And of course, you can follow our sister, the Commissioner, at Duchess Lombardi on Twitter, and me at Freepalicious, and the show at the Turf District on all of your different social channels. So grab that while you can. Make sure you are joining us next week. It's the ever popular season preview with Dave and Morley. Dave and Morley are in to set up this year's team. Always exciting to talk to those guys. So make sure that you are joining us next Tuesday night at 7:30. So I guess what was I going to totally lost my train of thought there. We will be back next week. For those of you sticking around for overtime, that's fantastic. For the rest of you, we will see you next week. For Linda and Paul and Superfan Mike and Commissioner Kayla, I'm Andrew. Remember, you can't catch footballs with your face, and we will absolutely talk to you next week. That's fun, isn't it?
Don't go anywhere. It's overtime.
We haven't heard Tyler's voice for overtime in a while, so
Yeah. We're back in the room.
Back in the room. There we go. Still preseason, guys. I'm still working on it. Yeah, it's all good. All right, Mike. What did we have in the chats this evening that we can, reflect on?
Lots of positivity heading into after that preseason game, and especially with the camp. There's been really positive articles in the Journal/Sun. I read Jerry Motajong's latest talking about how it's the first time in almost a decade that we've seen so many returning players, especially starters, which is great. Our friend Daryl McMahon says, looking forward to this season more than any in the last 10 seasons, which is, I think, a positivity many of us see.
Wow, that's okay. Yeah, that's good.
That was a good one. Our friend Ken says, trying not to get too excited, but I understand how it's a little tricky.
It is. Isn't it tricky this time of year? Like everybody, hope springs eternal at this point.
Right. Everybody's tied at the beginning of the season, right?
That's right.
We talked when we talked about Carter Kettle, and he was on there. Cliffy D said, "What a great kid! Really enjoyed chatting with Carter at the combine." And he just is. He's just a really solid person, and it's hard not to cheer for him for sure.
100%. Yeah. I mean, he should have won the award. No, I'm kidding, Paul.
Well, as Cliffy D said, you could settle for Kettle. He was campaigning for him for sure.
All right, fair enough.
He can be Mr. Congeniality.
Correct. Yes, he's that good kid. He can get the good kid award from Cliffy D. That's right. Yeah.
Good kid. Give him some chunky. Talking about the old Clark days, Ken says, I managed to get one when the team would announce the winning section. He had to call in to confirm your prize, talking about the J5P footballs.
Really?
They would give away for this. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Brian got one of those too.
Nice.
Really? Oh, that's awesome.
They used to have contests where you could win a trip somewhere. In the 60s, it was win a trip to the sun, which usually meant Hawaii or Mexico, somewhere sunny. And then later on, my cousin won in 1970. She got a trip to Europe, but it's unfortunately too young, so she had to give it to her parents. So yeah, my aunt and uncle had a great time.
Wow.
Yeah. More about Clark. Tim Capper is saying, sure wish there was something like that for Delormier or the Auto's dad.
Oh yeah, to have to play at it's just cool to have a bit of the retro, right?
Yeah.
And again,
100%.
for a preseason game, it's perfect because you sell it out. It's not, it doesn't have to be a gazillion fans because there usually isn't anyway, but it'll make it fun.
When you can sell out 6,000 seats like they did at Starlight Stadium, I think that really makes a great atmosphere and everyone's really excited to be there, especially when it's not just included in your season ticket package. You had to go and physically buy those seats. So if you're spending that kind of money on the seats, even if it's a, credit on your account, you're more likely to show up because you're like, no, well, I went and paid this money. I could have just used that for something else. So Daryl's also saying that
it's a good reminder.
Yeah,
go ahead, Paul.
Sorry, if I can just follow up on that. It's a good reminder of what fans in some markets in this league go through to get to a game.
Sure.
A lot of people crap on Argos fans and all those sorts of things. Argos fans, those that are actually fans that attend the games, are some of the most devoted in terms of what they have to do to get to the stadium, what they have to deal with afterwards, those sorts of things. And the tickets for the Langford game, I think they were running $70, and that thing sold out basically within a day. when people had to take a ferry across, and for those that have lived out here, you have to show up in advance and hour and a half crossing and then get to the other side. It's $120 if you have a car and 2 passengers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It disappoints me that for all of the stuff that is positive in Edmonton right now and the buzz around the team and the Not Whole Gang game and all that sort of thing, that they still haven't sold out this thing. When people have to drive, and excluding those that are coming from out of town, which I admire the heck out of them, but most people aren't having to drive more than 30 minutes to get down there.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
You hear excuses, the park and ride's been discontinued, or safety on the LRT and all these sorts of things. And there are so many ways to get down there. And if people are looking for an excuse, they're going to find it. But I really want to see this thing turn around this year. I want to see people get more engaged, re-engaged, quit looking for reasons not to go. And I think it falls on all of us to build that positivity. And maybe not doing this in a sense, but let's get excited about this team, get behind it. The Thompsons have invested so much, and Deb is really committed to this team in Larry's memory and legacy. So Edmonton deserves a winner, but this team deserves the support.
The buzz this offseason and going into the training camp and everything else has been more than I have heard about this team in a long time. And I'm just hoping they can keep that momentum going for sure.
Yeah, they need those early wins to get people on board. But I think you're right, Paul. They're going to get those when they have the support too. Like they're going to feel that support, right? So important.
So Daryl was saying, I have my J5V, caught the top row of an Odd Hell Gang, had to go downtown and get the ball from Melton Realty.
Wow.
Melton Realty is where you had to go get all kinds of prizes, tickets, things like that.
Yep.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
I don't remember that, but okay.
All I remember is when you cut a ball, you ran. I had no idea where I'd run. So I was so relieved when I got a hand on one in the final game, but didn't catch it.
Nice.
I wasn't knowing where to go.
Got a question from Tim Capper for Paul. Weren't the end zones in Langley 10 yards deep?
Honestly, I didn't even notice.
It did seem small for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we're possibly going to see 15-yard end zone soon, so you never know.
Yeah. I apologize. It didn't even get on my radar. We were sitting midfield and it wasn't obvious to us. But in hindsight, it sounds like it may be true.
Yeah. Jerry says they looked 15.
Okay.
And speaking of Jerry, the birthday boy today, happy birthday, Jerry.
Happy birthday, Jerry.
Happy birthday, Jerry.
He did say that he saw a story on CFL official Murray Clark. Looks like he was the head ref for the final 3 minutes of the Lions-Elks preseason game and afterward retired after 35 years. And Clark is from Victoria.
Yeah. As Dwayne Mandruzia calls them, pipes.
As we all should.
Yeah. I thought it was funny because on the broadcast, the radio guys went, "Oh, it's like preseason. Even the refs are changing around in preseason. Now it's Murray." So I didn't know the retirement part, but good on him. That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
absolutely. And then talking a bit about the passionate fan bases, Chris says Argos fans are pound for pound as passionate as any fan in the league. They get, as Paul said, crapped on a lot, especially when Argos fans. I met both of them, but there are quite a few who really do bleed the double blue. It's this league has a lot of passionate fans, and hopefully they stay passionate throughout. Talking a little bit about the tailgate, Tim Capper, after seeing what we're going to be serving, we come into town and you feeding us sandwiches? And I'm pretty sure he said it exactly like that.
Yeah.
We didn't say what kind of sandwiches, though.
No. You just wait there,
You never know.
Tim. And we have surprises planned.
Exactly. And someone who goes by the name of Ms. True 42, don't know who that is.
No idea.
Just want to make sure everyone knew grape nuts is a cereal, not a disease. And to quote our good friend Cliffy, Jesus. Or sorry, that's Jesus.
Jesus. Yeah.
Oh my.
Going on to the beer segment, Chris also said, who remembers Molson Dry?
Oh wow. Yeah, I remember that
6%.
Yeah.
Isn't that Gizmo and Willie Pless doing their
Yep.
ads?
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
so.
Oh,
Absolutely.
they need that again where players do like local ads.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't have to be for
7-Eleven.
beer, but that would also be hilarious. But
Yeah.
just like it. We talk about these ones where it's like, do you remember this ad? And do you remember this? And do you remember, the in the newspaper where they had the guys and they're all advertising something, jeans or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, it would be cool to get back into something, even if they did it as a joke where they took, like, if the Elks took one of their sponsors and then had the guy do some type of bit that then they put onto social media as an ad. Like, I think that would be hilarious, and it would be and it'd be memorable, right? Something that you would be like, oh, this is funny, right?
I want to see the mall model slacks from the Flesh Brothers.
Right?
Of course you do. Yeah. Yeah.
Help with the inseams. Yeah.
That was when I was selling the slacks. Not
Okay. Got it.
You're right,
Fred
though. I
Stanton
mean,
Humphries.
we remember Wilkie doing Carpet World and
Yep.
Halsey doing
Wes and
Tony
Wilkie.
Romas. And
We will never forget Halsey doing Tony Romas.
yeah.
Dave Campbell still has nightmares about that, I'm sure. Yeah.
Going back to a few different beverages that maybe could be featured in a beer segment. Leanne suggests beer. Or as Chris says, beer was required to be cold.
it was.
Beer.
Yeah.
Was that like no name beer? Beer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
White label, black print.
Okay.
No logo, nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
Lots of chatter on the beer
Kinda
side
like
of
Robbie
things.
Smith.
Exactly. Cliffy says Black Label was the swill we drank in college. Sometimes we'd rock Labatt Blue or Molson Canadian. And needless to say, my beer palate has changed for the better with age, and as well as anyone could have put it, mine too, thank Gomez.
Well done.
Wrapping it up there, we did talk about some of the injuries. Leanne was asking, is there an ETA on Metier's return? Ken did respond in the chat that he is on the 6th game, so it could be a while.
He seems to be like when I
We're
saw
no
him
longer
at camp.
being recorded for posterity.
We're no longer being recorded.
Is that correct? We're no longer being recorded for. This is going to the internet now, but it's not for posterity. This won't be part of the podcast.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I presume, just given how coy Killam has been with injury answers and stuff like that, they're not wanting stuff really splashed around or stuff.
Yep.
Like
Yes.
That. But
yeah.
Do you want me to comment on what I know or keep it to myself?
Well, maybe we'll do that after.
I don't want to get you in trouble.
That's fair. Yeah, we'll maybe wait till after we can chat about it. But I will say that he looked like he was farther along when he was doing his stretches and things on the sidelines. So, six game makes sense, but I don't know. I don't know if it'll be longer than that, in my opinion. Yeah, perfect. Head coach is coy about injuries, says Tim. Yeah, I know, it's a shocker. It's a whole new thing. Yeah, we should have maybe we could have Mike O'Shea on and just ask him about the injury. So actually, that was a really funny joke.
Book.
He's been booked. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Open book. Yeah, we could just get a hockey coach from a certain place.
We could. Yeah. I don't know. They won't allow us to talk to him.
I love the Mike O'Shea comment on the Terry Wilson leaving the team. He came to my office. We had a decent conversation. Head coach Mike O'Shea said recently, it wasn't short. It wasn't overly long either, but it was enough to gather some information.
Oh, he's so
Canadian
so
Mafia.
forthcoming. So forthcoming. Yeah, well, hey, I mean, he's consistent. I'll give him that. In one of the scrums after one of the practices, Mark came over and I said, well, so first question, like, how is the injury situation? Before the mics were on, and he did laugh. I'll give him that. He did. He's like, oh, we can't ask that? What's going on? Okay. Anyway, it was worth the laugh. I don't want to push my luck.
He had to do his post-game interview on Mike Arcuri's cell phone because the broadcast booth was across the field and they had nothing set up for him to get over there or whatever. So he came out of the tunnel, Mike gave him the phone, and they did the interview that way.
Awesome.
Well,
as they should.
That's one thing actually I'm going to have to ask Arcuri this week is I don't know where they're going to do media after this game at Clark. So I have no idea where we're going to have to go. That'll be interesting, but we'll figure it out. Make sure we get some sound bites and things that I can comment on.
Just run on the field.
Right? Yeah, that's perfect. I'm okay with that.
Don't streak the field.
Oh, well, now you've ruined everything. All right, fine. Yeah. Yeah. I was just going to tell Linda that's what she had to do, and now you wrecked it. Yeah. Parking lot. Yeah. Is that like bike racks? 9 o'clock? Is that what we're doing? Okay. Perfect. It's going to be great. Yeah, in the we're just gonna meet at our tailgate spot. That's perfect. Yeah. Put the drape up right in front of the cars. We're okay.
Sit there chomping on a hot dog while they answer the questions.
Popcorn, the actual popcorn while he's telling us this. Oh, keep talking. Yeah,
you ain't never seen nothing like it.
Oh, it'll be outstanding. I'm excited for this. I'm going to ask for Jordan Murray again, just because I want him to eat some of the popcorn. Giant man. Yeah. Oh my God. We did get an interview with him on Fan Day as well. That will be coming very shortly. Tyler is working through getting them looking nice.
We're keeping him busy.
Yeah, that we are. So sorry, Tyler. Thank you so much for all of your help. It's just been throwing everything at him here, but he's been
the graphics for the tailgate. Such short notice. He just again consummate professional.
Yeah, got it all done. So it's outstanding. Is that it for the chat there for now, Mike?
I think the last one we had, Chris Agar said, talking about ads and everything else, we need another EE record. And speaking of slacks from the Flesh Brothers, ooh,
yeah.
Look at those, baby.
I got mine.
This was recorded while they were still playing at Clark and released when they were at Commonwealth.
Oh wow!
And if you haven't heard it, consider yourself lucky.
So what's the? So the question is okay, so who are the 5 guys on the team now that are going to be doing that would make it have the same effect?
Ooh.
Oh, who would it be?
There's a good question. So Justin Rankin has to be part of it, right?
Yes.
100%.
Hundo P.
Okay, perfect. I'm glad that we're on the same page. David Beard, right? No, I'm kidding. Who else would be? You'd have to think. Well, now you'd have to think Malik Carney.
Yes,
would he be in on that, Paul?
Jordan Williams has some of that Odell vibe in him.
Oh, Jordan Williams. Yeah, I could see that. Okay.
Cordell.
So many of the DBs. Yeah.
Oh, Cordell. Yeah, Cordell Jackson would be a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
And Cody Fajardo.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. He's in the back
doing his best
the whole time. Just
his
Gomez sprinkles everywhere. Yeah.
Leanne wants to know
the 5 for what best inseams. Okay. Yeah, well, that would be another one. I mean, here we comes Cliffy, and yeah, is it there yet or no? Okay, no. Who would be the 5 people singing the song, Leanne, or making up a song or doing whatever? Actually, this was the week where Morley just posted that it was the anniversary of Bowman and Odell doing the intro to what did they call it? The Elks show or Eskimo show at the time, yeah. And that was like some of the greatest riffing in one moment. So I'm sure Morley will talk about it next week.
Mike, do you have a recording or a version of the techno version of the fight song?
Sure do.
Yeah.
That's got to maybe make it in for retro week.
And I've got the techno version and the hip hop version.
Okay.
They're all so good.
And the hip hop version.
Oh yeah.
Bite my tongue.
Yeah, maybe next week we can spin some of those.
Yeah.
Gems.
I'd love one of those sort of player reaction sort of videos.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Now, see, these are gold ideas. That's the thing. Like, make it so that people would like, here.
They had a lot of old songs. They had Jack the Knife for Jackie Parker.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think this is a good idea. Actually, would be to have that song and play it for a player and get the reaction, and then be like, it's a good song, isn't it? It's great. Yeah,
that might be when you turn over to the club to see if they want to run with or whatever, because they here try Timbits, or have you tried poutine? That would be one of those ones that's tying into the history of the club and some of that sort of thing. Which is the culture they're trying to bring.
Yeah, that would be that would be amazing. Actually, they could play the song from that song from that record. Which one is the main one?
Yeah.
Oh, they're both gold.
Of course they are.
Blues on the Radio.
Yeah, and Just to Be Your Man is the other side.
Oh, Just to Be, that's the one I was thinking of. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, Just to Be Your Man. They could play that for the guys and say, players did this when they were winning Grey Cups.
It was Linda's go-to karaoke.
What do you mean was?
Well played. Well played. All right. Well, we should wrap up then for this evening. Thank you again, Paul. Really appreciate you being on. Go ahead. I see you have something.
Just the one story that we didn't make into the podcast. I don't know if you guys had covered it last week because it was info that I'd found out at Fan Day about Cole Schneider and Jesus Gomez.
Linda did share that on the podcast last week. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty cool that they were together at which school again?
Eastern Michigan with Jake Michigan. Julian as well.
Yeah, and then that's pretty wild, the connection there. So
we didn't talk about it, but you have to think that Vincent Blanchard gets a shot this second preseason game.
Yeah.
There's a roster decision to make there too.
Maybe both
for consistency, for leg, for your roster deployment, where as Zabrowski beats out Snyder even up for that third position. Right now, if Snyder has to be there as a holder for the
left-handed, left-footed kicker.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true. And what how does that performance this week for Blanchard, like, is he secure, or is it like, and that's why he didn't come, or is it like, okay, we're just using this kicker for this game and this kicker for this game, and we'll see kind of where the cards land? Be interesting.
Yeah.
So, another storyline to watch this week.
Yep.
Yes. Thank you, Paul. So thanks for coming on, man. That was awesome. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Mike. It was always fun. And we will see as many of you as we possibly can on Friday at the tailgate. And of course, then the game. It'll
East of
be
us?
also. I was just going to say, I forgot to say that during the show that it will be our very first East of us at the game because we're sitting on the east side. So
With the backs, seat backs.
right? Oh, my back's so excited. Yeah. Let me tell you. Oh, wow. So, yes, make sure that you come find us there. Otherwise, we will see you next Tuesday night with Dave and Morley, as we said. So, for Paul, Linda, and Commissioner Kayla, and Superfan Mike, I'm Andrew. Remember, you can't catch footballs with your face, and we will absolutely see you on Friday.